low amount of impurity, interstitial impurity, and the impurity must be low. Like in case of low carbon steel, carbon and nitrogen is at interstitial position, which will occupy the location of dislocation, which occupy the place of dislocation because of bigger void.
What is the difference between this electricity and power?
जो न्यू एआई जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल टूल्स है लाइक पाइथन है, ये सब चीज आपको लर्निंग वगैरह है, इसका जैसे डैप में लिखा हुआ है तो आपको एक एक
Yes,
चीज
sir.
करी होनी चाहिए. Before we start, Nimesh, 1 minute, please introduce yourself. Who is Nimesh Acharya? Nimesh,
I am Nimesh Chandra.
Nimesh
I
Chandra.
belong to Madhubani district of Bihar. I did my graduation from Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shivpur, in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in 2018. I am currently working in Clean Energy and Energy Transition Division of Central Electricity Authority.
Okay. Now, Nimesh, you are from Madhubani, which is a very famous area. Especially famous area. Why I'm saying that, because even in Bihar it is one of the most famous area because of the Madhubani painting.
Painting.
Every world knows about this. The crafts people, especially the ladies, the elderly ladies who do all this.
Yes,
So
sir.
now in Madhubani, what are the other things apart from the Patachitra, these wall hangings, etc., which are this thing. Apart from this, is there any other crafts for which Madhubani is famous all over the world, or even in this our country? Apart
Sir,
from
Madhubani is famous for makhana. Even in India, 90% of makhana production is from Bihar, and even in Bihar, approx 70-80% makhana production is from Madhubani. So Madhubani is famous for makhana.
okay, now why I'm asking this, because it is in Bihar, which is going to the polls very shortly. See,
Yes, sir.
the most of the areas in Bihar are very fertile. It's a Gangetic belt, and
Yes,
the
sir.
agriculture production is one of the highest in the country. You take anything, including makhana, of course. But the point is the conversion of the agriculture produce in the sustainable manner. That means it can be exported, it can be get fetch good price, etc. That is somewhere there is a that chain is somehow, the link is somehow missing. So which sometimes see that the people can't reach those mandis or the markets, and then they'll be undervalued. The prices don't are not remunerative. So then people will start destroying those the agriculture produce. So suppose you are placed in Bihar. I mean, you get your posting in Bihar. Right now, you are posted here nearby. So you are in a position to advise the Chief Minister of Bihar. So what are the 3-4 important things you will advise your Chief Minister? Suppose you are that powerful. I mean, your advice will be listened to by the Chief Minister, none less the Chief Minister of Bihar, and he has immense faith in you. So what are the 3-4 important problems that we are facing? Problems are but you still you can mention the 3-4 important problems Bihar faces, and your prescriptions for making Bihar the best governed state in the country. We are used to be, but no longer in the bottom list of all the states almost. So what are your 3-4 important points, problems Bihar faces? 3-4 your prescriptions to make Bihar the best
Sir,
in the country.
Sir, for agricultural point of view, as Bihar major population depend upon agriculture, so we need to do one thing, that we need to strengthen the FPO, farmer producer organization, so that like if you take the case of makhana, in Bihar is the biggest producer of makhana, but maximum export is being done from Assam and Punjab, which is not the producer of makhana, and they are getting the maximum benefit. So if we strengthen the FPOs, then farmer will do the value addition and export these things so that they will get better price. So first thing
Not
is
only
that
to do the value addition, but is there any factories or those food chains or where it can add value to the but makhana is just from the ponds, etc. Is a water body, this thing, so you just pluck. the farmers, they kind of agriculture they produce, but there has to be a lot of value addition, drying, and a lot of packaging, all that thing.
Yes, sir.
Suppose it's
All the
not there,
supply chain of
supply chain management. So that is
supply chain management
how
is
do you
needs
do
to
that?
extend, then cold
Yeah,
storage need to do.
how do you kind of envisage the value addition, which means the supply chain management? What is your prescription? Now you are telling your private chief minister.
First, I need to strengthen the FPO and supply chain management by improving the cold storage place. Then improving the agriculture, like sustainable agriculture can be done to reduce the fertilizer content, and the excess fertilizer may cause reduction in fertility of the soil. We need to meter the soil properly, so that whatever amount of fertilizer required, that need to be given in the soil. So this thing can be done. And one thing is that the awareness among the farmer, that which seed to be used, which good variety of seed to get better yield, need to be properly aware. Farmer need to be properly aware. These things we can do.
One more problem I will again, this will last question to you on that place. Now, Madhubani, Darbhanga, the entire Mithilanchal is part of Mithilanchal. Now, that area is inundated by floods from Nepal
Yes, sir.
every year. And that reduces the production, the efficiency, plus even the production. 3 4 months they're underwater. So, is there anything you want to, before starting anything you want to prescribe to your CA, or you want to do yourself, or some policy paper you want to write on that? Or how do you do this inundation, or large scale inundation most of the years, that entire North Bihar, including Darbhanga, Madhubani, Samastipur, that area?
Sir, mostly flood come from the release of water from Nepal. So we need to make a dam or something like that to collect a huge amount of water body, which can channelize for irrigation purposes. And also the water level in such area is also low, groundwater level. So we can use that water for drinking purpose and other domestic purpose as well.
Lastly, I'll ask you about in spite of such a bountiful, this thing is a nature's gift to Bihar, especially the North Bihar. But there's a huge lot of migration. Of any able-bodied person staying there in the Mithilanchal will like to come to Delhi, and you must have seen in your life. Then nobody wants to stay there, and maybe as we see Patna, Calcutta, or now the entire thing is to Mithilanchal, to Delhi. Delhi has the maximum number of Vaithil people, I suppose, among the migrants. So,
Yes, sir.
what can be done to stay there? The people living there, they stay there. I mean, how do you do that? Because it's a wholesale migration is not the answer to any state, I suppose. Because everybody, people are all middle, they're all wholesale leaving the states, and their only way can they survive is to by leaving the state. Otherwise, they're nothing there. I mean, they can't survive.
Yes,
So,
sir.
how do you do that?
Sir, actually, in Mithilanchal region or the North Bihar region, most dependence on agriculture, and the agriculture productivity is very less. So we need to shift from agriculture to other thing, like manufacturing sector need to be installed, electricity power sector needs to be installed, and various other like sugarcane mill and various other manufacturing things, manufacturing industry is there, that can, that is much more labor intensive, and also generate good employment for those people as well.
But don't you think that what needs to be there has to be some amount of investment, because government cannot invest so much money. I mean, you see, government doesn't have a revenue is quite low in Bihar government. So they
Yes, sir.
need outside funds, FRA, the forest, the FDI, but even inside the country. I mean, there are a lot of rich Biharis, they are spread all over the world. So why can't they be lured, or they can be motivated to come back and invest in their own place?
Sir, they can be motivated, but the government support must be there. Huge government support need to be there for initial support required from the government side, which is currently lagging.
Okay, now moving on, I come to some technical thing. You are a mechanical engineer. Now, suppose uh, you are told, I mean, you are being instructed to start a uh, kind of a huge gathering station. Now, in a petroleum production, like a petroleum comes in the crude form, and then they are sent to the refineries. So, and petroleum comes from offshore, onshore, so many places. They are supposed to send in a gathering. They call it gathering stations like ONGC, HPC, and all that. And then they are. So, you are a mechanical engineer. You are told to start a kind of a station in a very important area in northeast near Assam. Assam is the maximum production of crude
Yes.
onshore, and Western India is the offshore. So there you are told, and then you are to use artificial intelligence to start and start this entire process and to conclude that project because it's a very urgent need. India needs oil, very fossil fuel, and then they have Russia. They have stopped oil from the Russians. Now they want to get their own production units, refineries to or their own food production. They want to do it as fast as they can, and there you have to use the artificial intelligence to set up that gathering station. It's basically a central station where they get those crudes and then divert to various refineries. So how will you do that as a mechanical engineer? Set up that huge gathering come delivery stations of crude fossil fuel. Use of artificial intelligence.
Sir, I can use artificial intelligence for management of what need to be mm, sir, I am unable to think right now regarding.
Okay. Now moving on. You are from Shipur
Yes,
Engineering
sir.
College, now is a
Yes, sir.
university. Now, what ails like Bihar? What ails Bengal? Because you have spent some time in Shipur is near Calcutta. So what? Because Bengal also one of the best administered state in 50s, 60s, 70s. And now it is one of the worst administered state. People say industries are flown away. There is no hardly industry. There is huge migration. People who are there subsistence. So what, according to you, are the main ailments or the main deficiencies which affect Bengal today? And what are your prescription? Suppose you are in a position to guide the chief minister of the state as a free and frank. You have that kind of a stature there because whoever is the chief minister there. So, what will be your prescriptions for Bengal? Now, you've dealt for Bihar now from Bengal. She's spent some 4 5 years there.
Sir, in Bengal, the ease of doing business is not that good. Ease of doing business is very bad. So, if we ensure that the ease of doing business, like from Karnataka and Kerala, where the ease of doing business is much better, we can inspire from that place and implement such model here to strengthen that the ease of doing business, so that lot of company can invest in Bengal, and which can reduce the migration, because if invest in manufacturing sector which is labor intensive, that will definitely reduce the migration.
What is ease of doing business?
Ease of doing business is something like an investor can invest in any place without ease, with ease, and with government support, like less taxes and other subsidies and other benefit for better production and sales.
But we hear that in newspapers say that the chief minister and the entire bureaucracy and the ministers go abroad and they propagate the idea, come and invest in Bengal. There's a lot of rich Bengalis all over, spread all over the world. They given proper motivation, they would like to come back to Bengal and invest. But
Yes,
it's
sir.
not happening. I mean, except a few here and there, and some MOUs which nobody knows what happens to those MOUs, but nothing much is happening. The migration still continues, and not much investment we hear actually on the ground. So
Yes, sir.
there is a difference between what the ministers and the bureaucrats say there and what actually happens on the ground. Do you think like that?
Sir, I am unable to answer about that now.
Okay, last technical question is what are the three laws of thermodynamics?
Sir, first law of thermodynamics is quantitative law, which is basically energy conservation, which states that for a cycle, total heat conversion is equal to total work done. Second law of thermodynamics is a qualitative law which apply a directional constant to energy conversion. And there is a two parallel law in second law of thermodynamics. One is Kelvin Planck law, which is for energy producing device, and another is Clausius law for energy consuming device. As per Kelvin Planck, it is impossible to construct a device to continuously produce work in cycle with heat exchange from a single reservoir. Whereas in case of Clausius, it is impossible to construct a device which continuously supply heat from low energy to higher energy without external input. And third law of thermodynamics states that for a pure crystal at absolute zero temperature, the entropy of the crystal is zero.
But don't you think that the basis of the laws of thermodynamics is the energy can neither be destroyed nor can be created. So in a sum
Yes, sir.
total of the energy is constant in the universe. Not for today, for the time immemorial when the entire universe was created. But don't you think that in every case in this your practical life, any machine, nothing, no machine is 100% perfect. There's a frictional loss, heat loss. Nothing is 100% perfect. Efficiency, never 100% of anything in this world. But so there's a constant loss of energy. So how can you say the energy neither created nor destroyed? The energy is destroyed every day, every second, every millions of cases. So how can the law say is the universal law? The law says the energy can neither be destroyed nor can it be created. It is some total is
Sir,
always constant.
energy just convert into different form, like energy loss in friction and friction convert into heat. But the heat will remain in the surrounding. So energy is there
Where
in
is
the
it?
surrounding.
Where is it stored? The heat, which is kind of the frictional, which is the heat energy. Where is it stored?
Sir, it is stored in the universe. The universe, if you consider universe as a system, the energy in the universe is completely stored and it neither created nor be destroyed.
Okay, thank you, Amit sir.
Yeah. Hello, Nimesh.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Nimesh, you are doing job in
Yes, sir. See,
uh, yeah. Currently, you are working, na,
yes, sir.
in Central Electricity Authority, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is your responsibility there?
Sir, my main role is to analyze the data of emission data of thermal power plant, and based on the analysis, we keep it in public domain also, and also we do frequent in meeting with those plants which are emitting higher pollution in terms of PM, SOx, and NOx. And apart from that, our also work is to give input to, in case of Supreme Court matter related to emission, and also input in various parliament matter.
Okay. So, what is the capacity of your plant?
Sir, my plant CA is
Means you are working in NAS. You are posted
Central.
in New Delhi.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the maximum capacity of
In
electricity
C,
emission? Huh? Yes.
sir, I am unable to understand what you want to say.
No. In thermal power plant, what is the
Yes, sir.
maximum capacity?
Okay, okay. For particular matter, PM emission, the plant which is installed after 2070, it is 30 mg per nm cube. For SOx emission, which is installed after 2017, it is 100 mg per nm cube, and similarly for the NOx is also for 100 mg per nm cube.
Okay. What is the difference between this electricity and power?
Electricity and power
Power.
is something. Power is the energy produced per unit time, and electricity generation is basically what we have seen in our meter, like in kilowatt hour, total in kilojoule. What is energy in kilojoule, whereas power is total energy produced per unit time.
Okay. So, can you define the fatigue?
Fatigue is basically when a material is subjected to continuously variable type of load, like continuously reverse load, completely reverse load, or alternating load, or fluctuating load, or repeated load. Then the material is subjected to fatigue loading.
Then what is fatigue? You discuss about the type of loads.
Yes, sir.
What happens? What is the result?
So result will be there will be failure before yield point. Like if completely reverse loaded is there, then yielding will occur at yielding not failure will occur at endurance limit.
How is it different from creep?
Creep is basically time dependent permanent deformation over a period of time under a applied load and above crystallization temperature. So fatigue is like fluctuate in case of continuously variable load, and creep is different, like continuously under the action of load and at higher temperature there is permanent deformation happening.
Okay. What do you mean by vibration?
Vibration is the to and fro motion of a body from their equilibrium position is basically vibration.
Uh, what is damped vibration, undamped vibration?
Damped vibration is damped and undamped vibration. Damped vibration is the reduction in energy in case of, like if you use uh, spring or damping fluid like viscous fluid, then its energy keep on reducing. That is damped vibration. That is in presence of friction or another kinetic friction or viscous friction. And in case of undamped vibration, which is also called natural vibration, where no kinetic friction is there after initial release of the system.
How will you define the resonance condition in the vibration?
So resonance is the condition in which natural frequency of vibration is equal to the rotation of that equipment, like rotation of the shaft.
So, what is the phenomena? Means what happens if the resonance occurs?
So if resonance occurs, the vibration amplitude is very high, and it may cause destruction of that equipment also.
Okay. So, at the time of resonance, damping occurs or not occurs?
So at the time of resonance, the amplitude of vibration is infinite and no damping will occur.
Okay. What was your project in BTech?
My project is effect of inlet air preheating on the performance and emission of four-stroke petrol engine.
What is the difference between petrol engine and diesel engine?
So in petrol engine, which is based on Otto cycle, whereas diesel engine is based on the diesel cycle. In Otto cycle, we use constant volume heat addition, whereas in diesel cycle we use constant pressure heat addition.
Okay. Which subject have you prepared for today's interview?
Sir, I have studied all the basic subject.
All the basic subjects. Okay. What is the meaning of torsion and torque? I mean, what is the difference between torsion and torque?
torque may lead to both bending and torsion, where torsion is the twisting of a material mm, in the direction along the axis of longitudinal axis of the shaft or any beam.
You mean torque can be bending also?
If if no sir, torque cannot be bending. If twisting can be bending, yes sir, torque cannot be bending.
Okay. What do you mean by upper yield point and lower yield point? When a material is
Sir,
subjected to any kind of force, yielding occurs. So two yield points we obtain. What is that?
sir, in case of low carbon steel, this phenomena happen because in there is a condition for this phenomena that when a material have low amount of impurity, interstitial impurity, and the impurity must be low. Like in case of low carbon steel, carbon and nitrogen is at interstitial position, which will occupy the location of dislocation, which occupy the place of dislocation because of bigger void, and then it create strain field. Now, if we apply the load for plastic deformation, the dislocation has to cross that uh, strain field, so we require higher energy. But when once the dislocation cross that strain field, we require lesser energy for dislocation movement because there is no another quarter atmosphere in the near region, so we
Now
get lower point.
you tell me for one steel, we want to estimate the yield strength. Okay, for the
Yes sir.
given steel, I want to know the yield strength. So where we will measure the yield strength, corresponding to upper yield point or corresponding to the lower yield point? Yield strength is measured at the lower yield point or at the upper yield point?
So it should be upper yield point.
Hmm. What is the difference between cast iron and mild steel?
Cast iron have a higher carbon percentage, like in range of more than 2.1% to 6.67%, whereas
Mhm.
in case of mild steel, it is around less than 0.3% of carbon.
Which one is more ductile?
Sir, mild steel is more ductile.
Okay, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Nimesh, now your formal interview is over. Now,
Yes, sir.
feedback will start. Amit sir will start the feedback.
Yes, sir.
निमेश, आपका अच्छा लगा मुझे. टेक्निकल इज गुड, वेरी गुड. थोड़ा सा चीजें जो दो तीन बातें सर
Yes,
ट्रिकी,
sir. Yes, sir.
जैसे वो टॉर्शन टॉर्क वाला है, वो थोड़ा सा देख लेना, है ना.
ठीक है सर.
और आपका प्रोजेक्ट रिलेटेड आपको पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन रहे कि आपने
ठीक,
कौन से
प्रोजेक्ट.
टॉपिक पे प्रोजेक्ट किया था.
यस सर.
और ये जैसे ये आयरन कार्बन डायग्राम होता है आप लोगों का, है ना.
यस सर.
और जिसके अंदर अभी हम लोगों ने ये यील्ड स्ट्रेंथ मेजर करने की बात की थी, तो ये करस्पॉन्डिंग टू लोअर यील्ड पॉइंट मेजर होता है.
लोअर
आपने
ओके सर.
आपने अपर यील्ड बोला तो वो लोअर यील्ड के करस्पॉन्डिंग मेजर होता है. और जैसे मैंने अभी आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि आपने कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स प्रिपेयर किए हैं, तो आपने कहा कि सर सभी सब्जेक्ट्स प्रिपेयर किए हैं. तो ठीक है, वो अच्छी बात है. कभी कभी वो नेगेटिव भी हो जाता है अपने लिए.
ठीक है
तो,
सर.
तो थोड़ा सा वो जो दो लोग टेक्निकल के बैठे रहते हैं, है ना, टीम के अंदर दो लोग टेक्निकल के
यस
बैठे
सर.
रहते हैं. आपको शुरुआत के 2 4 5 मिनट में पता लग जाएगा कि कौन सा व्यक्ति किस फील्ड का एक्सपर्ट है.
ठीक सर.
अब यदि आपने उसी के फील्ड के सब्जेक्ट को बोल दिया तो वो तो आप पे हावी हो जाएगा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
तो थोड़ा सा सोच समझ के अपन इसका जवाब दे कि हमने कौन सा
ठीक.
सब्जेक्ट रेडी किया है
ठीक
ना.
सर.
और बाकी तो ठीक है, आपका आवाज वगैरह अच्छा है, वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन ठीक है. थोड़ा सा पर जब आप बोलते हैं तो बोलने में अटक जाते हैं, है ना. थोड़ा सा तो वो फ्लुएंसी जो अपने बोलने में वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन होना चाहिए, कि जहां पर हमें किसी चीज पे थोड़ा सा ज्यादा दबाव देना है तो उस पर वॉइस ऊपर जाना चाहिए,
ऊपर जाना
थोड़ी सी
चाहिए.
नीचे आना चाहिए. वो थोड़ा सा वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन रहने से बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. बाकी
ठीक सर.
बाकी अच्छा लगा मुझे आपका इंटरव्यू. और
थैंक यू सर।
हाँ, और बाकी तो आप अपने जो जॉब प्रोफाइल है आपका,
यस
उससे
सर।
रिलेटेड जितनी पॉसिबल चीजें पूछी जा सकती है कि आप कौन सी जगह पर लोकेटेड हो, आपके पास में क्या क्या, आपके जॉब रिलेटेड क्या क्या आपको प्रिकॉशंस लेने पड़ते हैं डेली बेसिस पर, कौन से ऐसे टेस्ट आप परफॉर्म करते हो फील्ड पर जाकर जिससे आपको डेटा का आइडिया लग जाता है कि जो डेटा आया है वो करेक्ट आया है या इनकरेक्ट डेटा आया है, क्या
यस
क्या
सर।
डेटा में क्या क्या जैसे आपका काम है डेटा कलेक्ट करके उसमें
यस सर।
एंट्री
यस
करना, तो उसमें
सर। यस सर।
एरर एरर आई है, वो एरर किस टाइप की आई है, उसको कैसे मिनिमाइज की जा सकता है, एरर को कैसे एरर आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं,
यस सर।
रिमोट सेंसिंग वगैरह का आपके उसमें कैसे यूज होता है, रिमोट सेंसिंग का, एआई टेक्नोलॉजीज का वगैरह, ये सब चीजें आपके जॉब रिलेटेड वो थोड़ा सा ज्यादा रेडी करके जाइएगा अपनी तरफ से, तो ज्यादा
ओके
अच्छा
सर।
रहेगा। ठीक है, ओवरऑल आपके साइट के लोकेटेड जितनी चीजें हैं वो आपको सब पता होना चाहिए, जो दो शब्द जैसे मैंने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के बारे में पूछ लिया क्योंकि आपका काम ही वही है,
यस सर।
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, करंट, पावर, वोल्टेज, इन सब के बारे में आपको बेसिक, भाई आप भले मैकेनिकल के हैं लेकिन चूंकि आप
यस
जॉब
सर।
इस फील्ड में कर रहे हो, तो इनसे related आपको पूरी जानकारी होना चाहिए, रेजिस्टेंस क्या है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी क्या है, पावर क्या है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स क्या है, एमिशन क्या है, लॉसेस इसमें कितने होते हैं वायर से, जब आपका प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है मान लो एक्स अमाउंट का, जाते जाते वो एक्स माइनस कुछ रह जाता है, लॉस हो जाते हैं कुछ कुछ अलग अलग स्टेजेस में, वो सब लॉसेस का आपको आइडिया रहे तो अच्छा
ठीक है,
रहेगा। ठीक है,
मैं प्रिपेयर कर लूँगा सर।
ठीक है, ओवर टू यू सर।
थैंक यू अमित सर। तो आपने अमित सर ने सारे बता दिया। अब इस पे एक मैं आपके टेक्निकल और नॉन टेक्निकल के बारे में बताऊंगा।
यस सर।
टेक्निकल आप बहुत ही साउंड है, बहुत वेरी वेरी नाइस। इनफैक्ट आप अपडेटेड भी है, विच इज गुड साइड। बट उसके साथ साथ जो आपके जो मेन, क्योंकि आपने अभी आपका डिसिप्लिन अभी चेंज किया है, मैकेनिकल और इलेक्ट्रिकल,
यस
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी।
सर।
सो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का जो एकदम राइट फ्रॉम द बेसिक फर्स्ट ईयर का जैसे होता है, फ्लेविस लेफ्ट हैंड रूल राइट हैंड रूल से लेके एकदम सीधा एकदम ऑल सॉर्ट्स ऑफ जितने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, ग्रिड फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्टर्बेंस, ग्रिड
यस
में
सर।
कैसे सिंक्रोनाइजेशन करा जाता है, ग्रिड लॉस क्या
यस
है
सर।
वगैरह वगैरह। देन कम्स टू ये जो आपने जो सोलर पावर होते हैं उसके साथ ग्रिड फ्रीक्वेंसी में डालने बड़े प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, यानी
यस सर।
हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर जो जो स्पोरेडिक होते हैं, ये इंटरमीडिएट जो पावर्स होते हैं, इसको जो नॉर्मल ग्रिड में जो देयर लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स इन द इक्वलाइजेशन और द सिंक्रोनाइजेशन जो कहते हैं, इसको सारे थोड़ा, क्योंकि आप एफिशिएंसी की सेंट्रल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अथॉरिटी में है, तो ये सारे पॉइंट्स आपको,
यस सर।
प्लस आप काम भी कर रहे हैं, तो ये सारे चीज जो आपको जानकारी होनी चाहिए, थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल जानकारी, बिकॉज यू आर एन असिस्टेंट इंजीनियर। तो आपको इसमें टेक्निकल जानकारी, नॉट ओनली जनरलाइज काइंड ऑफ जनरली, बट टेक्निकल जानकारी आपकी थोड़ी सी पढ़ लीजिएगा, स्टडी
ठीक
कर
सर।
लीजिएगा। सेकेंडली
बिल्कुल सर।
आपके, और जो इसमें अभी काफी सारी न्यू चीज आ रहा है, जैसे आपने आपका हॉबी में लिखा भी है, जो न्यू एआई जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल टूल्स है लाइक पाइथन है, ये सब चीज आपको लर्निंग वगैरह है, इसका जैसे डेप में लिखा हुआ है, तो आपको एक एक
यस
चीज
सर।
को करी होनी चाहिए। द लेटेस्ट, अब इसका एप्लीकेशन, पहले ये क्या है, पाइथन वगैरह जो भी है जो आपने जो नाम किया है, एआई टूल मिलता है, अभी तो रोज रोज नए नए ये निकल रहा है, कोई परप्लेक्स जी और ये सब चीजें, कोई कोई सारे
यस सर।
ऑल दैट थिंग्स आर कमिंग अप। तो उनकी ग्रॉक अब एक न्यू आया, एलॉन मस्क का ग्रॉक GRO के, ये भी आया रिसेंटली। तो ये सब चीज का एप्लीकेशन क्या होता है, एप्लीकेशन, ये
ठीक सर।
सारी चीजें डेली, मतलब कि आपको हॉबी उसमें लिखा हुआ इसलिए। और जो आप एक दूसरा एक बड़े अच्छा आपका है जो मेंटरिंग, जो कंपटीशन वगैरह, तो उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा सा लोग पूछ सकते हैं, जो आपने हाउ, कहाँ आपने मेंटरिंग करते हैं वगैरह, तो डेप में जो जो आपने कहा वो तो आपने करिए,
प्रिपेयर कर लेंगे सर।
प्रिपेयर कर लीजिए। इसी ऑन द टेक्निकल साइड, नॉट टेक्निकल साइड में क्या है आपका, एक जो डिलीवरी है ना, आपने एक, जैसे आपके डिलीवरी में थोड़ा सा आपका इंटरव्यू कब है,
सर 4 नवंबर को।
whatever, तो थोड़ी सी ना प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए। आपका ऐसे लग रहा है थोड़ा, यू आर वेरी सब, मतलब एक थोड़ा सा उसपे, मतलब एक जो एक ये एक मोनोटोनस जैसे आपके कभी कभी जो आप आ जा रहा है, तो आप ऐसे करें, जो क्योंकि आपका जानकारी है, यू हैव द आंसर, तो यू लिसन टू दैट क्वेश्चन जो टॉप टू स्टार्ट टू फिनिश, एंड उसको ना माइंड में उसको ब्रेक कर ले इनटू पॉइंट्स। तो आप पॉइंट्स वाइज जो अगर कैसे ऐसे फर्स्ट फर्स्ट आई वांट टू सबमिट सर जो भी एक दो स्क्रिप्ट शॉर्ट सेंटेंस देन सेकंड आई वांट टू सबमिट थ्री। तो तीन चार इंपॉर्टेंट स्पेशली नॉन टेक्निकल साइड में, जैसे मैंने बिहार के बारे में पूछा, इसके बारे में पूछा, तो आप इधर उधर नहीं, इनको पहले माइंड में आंसर तैयार कर दीजिए पॉइंट वाइज। बिहार में एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस, तो उसका प्रिजर्वेशन, फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री चाहिए, इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए वगैरह वगैरह, जैसे चार पांच पॉइंट्स है। देयर इज अ फर्स्ट आई वांट टू सबमिट सर लाइक सेकंड, तीन चार पॉइंट शॉर्ट क्रिस्प शॉर्ट सेंटेंसेस करके देन चुप हो जाइए, आउट ऑफ टॉपिक।
ओके
देन ये लोग क्या करेंगे, आपको एक सप्लीमेंट्री पूछ सकते हैं, अथवा दे आर सेटिस्फाइड दे विल चेंज द सब्जेक्ट। तो आइदर वे यू आर विन विन सिचुएशन है, मतलब आपने दोनों का ब्यूटीफुल। और वो भी देखेंगे कि आपने इतना बढ़िया से एक थॉटफुल आंसर आप दे रहा है, थिंकिंग करके फ्यू सेकंड ले लीजिए, कोई इशू नहीं है। तो और पॉइंट वाइज आप दे रहे हैं तो इंप्रेशन बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है, रादर देन स्टार्टिंग देयर आंसर एंड देन इधर उधर घूम घाम के देन यस यू आर सेइंग ऑल राइट थिंग्स, पर उसको एक जामा पहना दीजिए, लिबास जिसको कहते हैं। इन्हें
ठीक
शॉर्ट एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ऑलवेज फर्स्ट। लोग
ओके
क्या
सर
करते हैं, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट लास्ट के लिए रखते हैं। डोंट डू दैट, बिकॉज आपको चांसेस नहीं मिले। तो आपने जैसे दो पॉइंट कहा, उन्होंने चेंज कर दिया सब्जेक्ट, आप लोग मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पर थर्ड को कह रहा था और उसका पहले चेंज हो गया। इसलिए
यस सर
ऑलवेज हिट द नेल ऑन द हेड, पहले फर्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी में उसको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, इसलिए पहले एक बार थिंक कर लीजिए कैसे उसको स्ट्रक्चर कैसे करें। आपका जो आंसर स्ट्रक्चराइजेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, उसको करके आपने एक बार शॉर्ट, कोई डिस्कशन नहीं, कुछ नहीं है, सर भाई टू सबमिट ये पॉइंट, सेकंड आई टू सबमिट लाइक दैट, तीन चार रिपोर्ट स्टॉप कर दीजिएगा। सब बोलने की आवश्यकता भी नहीं है, मोस्ट दो तीन आपने बोल दिया, और उनको और भी सुनना है तो वो कह गया आपको। क्योंकि आपको
ठीक सर
मैक्सिमाइज करनी है, जितनी वो प्रश्न पूछेंगे उसको जितना मैक्सिमाइज करे, उसमें अच्छा करे तो मार्क्स उसी हिसाब से अच्छा मिलेगा।
उस हिसाब से
आपने मान लीजिए
बिल्कुल
5 सब्जेक्ट में आपको आपने लंबा लंबा आंसर दे दिया तो 3 आ गया, तो आपने उसे करस्पॉन्डिंग अब इसलिए टाइम सीमित है, 30 मिनट्स, नॉट गिव मोर देन 30 आंसर देंगे नहीं। तो नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन जो शॉर्ट एक पर क्वेश्चन टाइम कम कर दे तो नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन ज्यादा हो जाए, मैथमेटिकल अरिथमेटिकल
यस
ये। तो इसको आप थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कर ले, जैसे मैं आप कहा, ये आपने अभी भी टाइम है, कोई इशू नहीं है, 4-5 सप्ताह है, एक बार जरा प्रैक्टिस करें। जैसे मैंने स्ट्रक्चर जैसे बताया, मीरा के सामने मैं एक स्मार्टफोन में अपने सेम क्वेश्चन
यस यस
और जरा कोई उसको रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिए और प्लेबैक करिए, सुनिए कैसे आपने इसको
ठीक
तो इससे
ठीक
आपका इंप्रेशन बहुत इंटर बोर्ड का अच्छा हो जाएगा। अदरवाइज यू आर ए वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग टेक्निकली वेरी वेरी साउंड कैंडिडेट। There is no reason why you should not get it this year. There is no reason why you should not get it this year. Keep your cool. थोड़ा फॉर्मल ड्रेस वगैरह तो आप पहनेंगे, थोड़ा ठंडी
यस
हो
सर
रहा है दिल्ली में, तो थोड़ा जैकेट वगैरह टाई वगैरह थोड़ा पहन के
ओके
थोड़ा
सर
प्रैक्टिस
ओके
कर
सर
लीजिए। अदरवाइज यू
ठीक
विल फील जैसे फांसी लग गया। थोड़ा जैकेट वगैरह पहन के तो घर पे थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस,
ओके सर
so that your mind is not always on your necktie or something. You are comfortable.
ओके सर
You don't forget about your dress. Go there and smartly sit and confident. Your voice quality, tonality was अच्छा है. So we expect you to get in and
यस सर
all the
थैंक यू
best.
सर
All the best this year.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर
Thank you. And you can
ऑल द बेस्ट।
switch
थैंक यू
off
सर
your switch off your
ओके
camera.
ओके सर